Alright, we are pulling in 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Pull everything off our healer. Careful with the circles on the ground. Make sure that you're using your CCs and interrupts during this pull. You don't want anybody to get stuck with the fire. This pull is over. We are going all the way across and we are pulling on the other side. And the reason we are pulling all the way on the other side is because what we're avoiding is we are actually avoiding this. 1 second. Right now we're avoiding death. What we're avoiding is the pat. We don't want to get hit by the pat. So this pat, Chef Chewy throws out stuns. So we don't want to pull Chef Chewy with a large group of people. What else does Chef do? He also increases damage done of nearby allies by 15% and makes them immune to all forms of crowd control. So you want to be careful who you pull with Chef Chewy and make sure you're not pulling anybody with Chef Chewy who's going to need to be stunned or CC'd. Because Chef Chewy will keep you from stunning or CCing anybody you pull in. Okay, and then we are going to pull on the left side after that.
I'm out of range.
Okay, we are stunned. And then as soon as this pack dies, we're going to pull the pull. We're going to pull the Brewmaster Aldar to the side. Aldir. It's probably Aldir. That's RYR. So we're going to pull the Brewmaster off to the left.
It's to be a bar fight then. Good.
We added a bunch of the patrons. So you can actually just let the patrons run away. I think they are... I want to say they're like 0 point something in percent. Oh, ginormous map. Just need a small map. Oops. And we just need the Cinderbrew Meadery. Let's see, Meadery. Oh no, they're not even shown on here.
Time for happy hour.
Alright, picking up the cups. Don't forget to serve this guy right here. Because this guy right here, he does do just as much damage as all of the other guys who you're serving to. And if you can just serve this guy really fast and then go serve everybody else, it does help a lot. Alright, pull the Brewmaster off to the side. Careful with Keg Smash.
Don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
Okay, so we reset the boss. Apparently, if you bring him right up to that doorway and turn your body like he did, the boss resets.
It's too far away. I need to get closer.
Goes down smooth.
I'm out of range.
Break it off.
So we're not going to do that again. We're not going to walk up to the door. Good note, keep Brewmaster Aldir away from that door.
I need to get closer.
As soon as the Brewmaster reaches 100 energy, he's going to run back to the front counter and start to serve his drinks for a happy hour. Again, you want to prioritize the ad right here. Make sure he gets his drink first, and then go and serve the other customers.
Where's my drink?
Every customer will need 1 drink before the happy hour is over.
I don't have a target. It is too far away.
Break it
I
up!
need to get closer.
And we're going to be careful this time not to reset the boss, because we don't want to reset the boss.
Time for happy hour.
Oh. Wasn't doing anything because I'm typing in chat.
Another one.
There we go.
Where's my drink?
Wilson needs a drink. Oh, he got it.
I'm out of range.
Break it up!
We're actually going to pull Brewmaster Aldir back a little just because he's almost dead again. We don't want him to reset again. We don't really have time to be pulling up bosses multiple times.
Break it up!
Too far away.
Guess that was last call.
Alright, into the next area.
Are you here to help? My zeal to get back in business led to faulty reasoning.
Yusuka.
Your pal here signed some papers.
Careful with all these stingers. You want to use CCs on the bees to keep them from putting their shredding stinger dot on people.
This joint.
Also, do not stand in the beeswax.
Help me.
So the Venture Co. Honey Harvester, he's going to cast Beeswax. And what Beeswax is going to do is it's going to turn players who are stuck inside of the Beeswax cast into amber. So you want to make sure you are not stuck in that Beeswax cast.
Mortals. Scrabbling after any shred of control.
Building up our bones again, because we blew them all up. Careful with the Beestraw Wax. Make sure you're getting an interrupt on the Beestraw Wax. Beeswax again. Walk out of the Beeswax.
I need to get closer.
Watch the Beezuka cast. Okay. Careful with the honey. Watch the stinger again and make sure you're getting CCs off on that stinger.
It is too far
Careful with
away.
that shoot cast.
Feed.
Pull in all those shoot people.
My bees! You put them in cages? They should be free!
I don't believe you can line of sight the Beezuka, so line of sighting behind people won't help stop the Beezuka from hitting you.
Free range was too much labor. And their anger and frustration just makes their honey.
Now there is actually a mace weapon transmog from this dungeon that looks like one of those honey ones. It's kind of cool looking. Beestraw Wrath. Make sure you're getting the interrupt on Beestraw Wrath. Beeswax.
I need to get closer.
We're gonna pull those last couple of bees that are off to the side just because we don't want to pull this in multiple pulls.
It's too far away.
Again, careful the beeswax.
Feed. All of you. Feed on the void. Let its darkness
Make sure you're using
fill
CCs
you.
or interrupts on the Bestial Racks is the only cast here, so you want to make sure you're interrupting it.
I don't have a target.
Pulling the boss.
Time to bust out my bees. The best for my bees.
Closer.
Hot honey coming at ya.
So the honey damage was actually majorly nerfed, which is awesome.
Flap those wings, darling. Burn so sweet. Feeding time.
We did have some disconnect. That's not a good thing, but he was fighting. I don't think he meant to disconnect.
Get those
I think he actually genuinely disconnected.
Feed. All
Oh, let's get him back up.
feed on the void.
burn so sweet. Got snacks for ya. Flap those wings, darling. Hot honey coming at ya.
Alright, careful. 14% left on the boss.
Burn so sweet. Get those wings pumping.
Good timing for the wings. Push us right out the lava.
The best for my bees. Who will be the bee's knees now?
And then we're going straight across and we're going to pull the ants on the other end of the room.
Hey! You're really trying to be a bee in my bonnet, ain't ya? You may have disrupted my business, but I'm still boss, and this is still my meadery!
Okay, pulling these ants and the guys in the center. Careful the circle.
I'm out of range.
Alright, and then we're going to pull the guys on the bottom. Careful the explosive brew. Make sure you're interrupting the echoing rejuvenation.
Yes. Feed.
We're going to pull downstairs, and we're going to actually pull this path.
Feed on the void. Let its darkness fill you.
Your goal here during this pull with the pat on the Cinderbrew Meadery, you want to make sure that you're targeting these huge guys, the hobgoblins, at a close wall. The reason you want to make sure you're targeting them at a close wall is so that they ram the close wall and they are not like they're not charging halfway across the world. You want to make sure they can stay as close as possible. A lot of little ants. We're going to put all the little ants together.
It is too
pull the ants on the end together.
Yes. Feed. All
Make sure you're interrupting the free sample.
feed on the void. Let its darkness fill you.
Careful with the boiling fire. Make sure you're interrupting the boiling fire.
Oh no, my stills!
Okay, and then
They
this pull
bypassed
is a
the
lot easier
filters.
if you bring it back into the other room, but because our entire party is here and they've already dropped stuff on the ground, we're actually going to stay in this room with it.
Yeah, but there'll be more of it. More meat, more money.
We're just going to stay in this room and make sure that we are very careful about where we are standing.
Cinderbrew was my personal directive, my passion. She's ruining everything.
Careful, reckless deliver.
It is too far away.
Mortals. Scrabbling after any shred of control.
So, realistically here, you just want to make sure that you are,
It is too far away.
you're pulling this guy all the way back into the corner. Make sure you're interrupting rejuvenating heal.
I need to get closer.
Careful with the red arrow. Free samples needs to be interrupted. And then we're going to pull these guys over on the far side. Yeah, boy.
I'm out of
We killed all those ants at the same time, and now there's a million small ants. That's alright.
Mortals.
Easy to fight a million small
Scrabbling
ants.
after any shred of
Too far
control.
I need to get closer.
Okay, and then I'm gonna actually clear this room just because I've seen a lot of pug groups wipe in this room. We only need 2%. We don't actually need anything else in this room. But I've seen a lot of pug groups wipe in this room just because they accidentally pull things on the side. See really quick. Careful those taste testers. Make sure you're interrupting the free sample from the taste testers.
Mortals. Scrabbling after
Free
any
samples
shred
is an
of
enrage. Okay.
An elemental made of mead? Oh, my Cinderbrew! Rubians are one thing.
Now
I
supposedly
cannot process
they
this.
fixed some enrage on this boss fight. Read it on Wowhead. Don't know if I noticed an early enrage, but
It's too far away.
if you did notice the early enrage, well, it's fixed now. Careful with the ants. Remember, you want to kite this boss away from his ads as soon as his ads spawn. Watch bottoms up. %, left on the ants. Now don't forget, when the ants die, that's not the end of them. They start to absorb their own honey and then they'll come back. So you want to make sure you stay clear away from the honey and the ants.
Mortals.
The reason I'm staying a little bit close is because the boss he's just going to spin around and he's going to summon more ads again. So I'm going to try to keep the ads close together before I move the boss. See, one ad spawned right underneath him though. So hopefully he runs faster than the ad runs. You can trap the ads. So you can use CCs or slows to trap the ads. %, left on the boss. As soon as this guy's dead, we're going to the next room.
Outlander, I've managed to free some of the Cinder bees. We should use them to make
We'll
a
grab the bee on the
beeline to
far end.
Goldie's office. Come back to the taps to use them.
That
Okay.
maid elemental took
We were gonna grab it on the far end, but that was my bad.
I
think we gotta be with a hat.
And now you're riding my bees like some nature-loving weirdo.
I don't know why sometimes you get to be with a hat, but sometimes you do get to be with a hat. Also, thank you. Alright, pulling all the yes men. Definitely want all our yes men together. Don't forget, you want to just focus down one of these yes men at a time, because the yes men, what they're going to do is when one dies, all the rest are actually going to go back to 100% health.
Mortals, scrabbling after any shred of control.
It's too far away.
This is a little poor communication though.
I need to get closer.
I do believe if you're really skilled, you'd probably be able to kill 2 of these guys at the exact same time. I haven't actually done it yet, but back when we used to run Spires of Ascension in Shadowlands, there actually was.
I'm out of range.
In Spires of Ascension, there were 3 angel mobs at the end, and the 3 angel mobs each had like
It is too
a ton of
far
health.
away.
And as you killed one angel mob, the other angel mobs would fill. Now, if you pulled all 3 angel mobs, you could actually kill all 3 angel mobs at the exact same time and keep any of them from refilling their life. I bet that's true here, I just haven't tested it.
Mortals, scrabbling after any shred of control.
It is too far away. I don't have a target.
Alright, you may have gotten my employees, but now you're dealing with the BEO herself. You won't be taking this meadery
Alright.
from me!
Pulling the lady off the desk.
Cashing out!
It is too far away.
Next frontal, I'm going to get rid of these barrels here. So you can actually get rid of a ton of barrels with your frontal. You just want to be careful and make sure that you're getting the barrels and not your players. Because it's super easy to get your players when you're shot at from this guy. Hello, AWOL Toxic. How have you been?
I need to get closer.
Careful during the Let It Hail. Make sure you're not standing too close to any of the barrels, because the barrels do explode during this phase. And if you left any barrels with fire around them up during this phase, you actually get a dot. So you want to make sure you focus all of the barrels with the fire around them first during the individual explosion phase.
Yes.
So the priority barrels are going to be these ones with the fire on them.
I'm out of range.
Fantabulous. Yeah, I am doing well.
I need to get closer.
We just started. This is our first key. And we didn't actually wipe on this key, but we did